Alrighty, welcome. It's nice and warm up here. It's welcome from me and it's welcome from him, which I think means I've just two-1-ed you. But we've only got one mic, so we're kind of sharing tonight a little bit. Thanks very much for coming, great turnout. This little thing at the front here, which Glenn's organised, is a camera, believe it or not. And the whole idea is that we're expecting some real learnings tonight, some pretty cool announcements, and lots of stuff that we want to share with all the members. So we're on record, and either all of it or the fireside chat that Paul and I are going to do later will end up on the member side of the website. I thought I'd start with a little story just to set the scene. We had a board meeting here on Monday night. We approved the budget. Now, that's a pretty tough job. Jim did most of it, line by line, with Devon's help. The numbers are fine, but they're kind of similar to last year's budget and the budget before, and the budget before that. Yeah, we're making a little bit of money, or we lose a little bit of money. We're not really growing. We're touching to, actually we'll go well over 2 million this year, but that's kind of a one-off. From a turnover perspective, we know exactly what this costs to run, but we really need new revenue streams. And that's what tonight's all about. It's about learning what is going on in Sunbury, and it's about learning what's going on in golf. So we've got some guest speakers with us tonight, our local MP, and we're very lucky tonight to have somebody here from Golf Australia. And we're debt free. We paid the solar thing.
We've got 2 months to go. 2
months to go. Once that's gone, we don't owe anybody any money. So that's a nice position to be in from a start. This will really put you on the spot. How did April end up? Because I haven't seen you.
April was a little ordinary. Was round about what we had forecast, but it wasn't as good as what the budget number was expected to be. But that's mainly because our revenue has been down, as it has been pretty much all year since January.
And obviously we were going to have some disruptions doing all the works that we've been doing, and I'll give you an update on that tonight. But if you have a bad January because it's hot, and then you have a few disruptions, and your February isn't great, and your March isn't great, you can't catch it. At that point in time, it is what it is. Barry, you know this, you've done our accounts for many a year. You just don't catch that coming through. So we need to look wider and look at other things that we can do with this facility and how we work with other clubs. When we're here, we talk Gurnawara. We talk our golf club, which is normal. But there's a big wide world out there. And our ability to influence and to create awareness is pretty small. Glenn's going to put his hand up. Glenn Pearce, our marketing director. We approved his marketing budget for next year, next financial year. It's 15 grand. Now, if we can spend more, we will. But it makes all the communications that we do so important because it sets the scene and it sets the perception of what the club is. And we really want to work much more closer with Paul and Golf Australia. We really want to try and influence more people to play golf. And that's getting tougher and tougher too, because it's a time-consuming sport. And the pressure on discretionary spend, the competition we have for people's time and other things that they can do, that's pretty tough. And if we look around the room here, with the obvious exception of 1 or 2, our membership is aging. And we're not filling. Yeah, sorry, ladies. Okay, I'll try that again. Our membership, Jimmy and I are getting older. We're two of the golfers here. But we're not putting enough youth on. You know, people like Connor, who's here, are the future of this club, but we need a lot more. So one of the questions that will come out tonight that we hopefully get answered so we can do something about it is how do we engage and how do we get more youth into this? There's a classic example in Sunbury too of a bowling club that was facing something similar. Now I've been away overseas for most of the last month or so, but every time I've driven past the bowling club and their new facility, that car park at night is chock-a-block full. Right? And it's an example of what clubs can do and what's our answer, what's our version of that to strengthen our club. And hopefully we'll get a few ideas out of this tonight.
What's wrong with the roof over?
There's a few people here who can help with the funding, but I'm not sure we cover that part. These fireside chats, and look, to be honest with you, this is as close as I've ever been to a real fireplace at the back here which is going. Normally it's one of these. This is all about deformalising presentations. This is all about having a chat, and it's all about learning. And hopefully we'll learn tonight about what other clubs are doing to get stronger, because every golf club faces this. And around us, every golf club is, with the exception of two, a lot of them are much worse off than what we are, and struggling for cash, and struggling to pay the bills, and struggling to have the right number of staff. Now, this is a tough industry. I remember sitting back 5 years ago, and some of you guys know I worked for the Tassie government, do a bit of economic growth strategy and all the rest of it. We had one of these, with a lot of politicians, and Josh, it was kind of harder than this crowd will ever be. But we managed to put some strategies together, just looking around, seeing what other people had done. We had a bit more money and we can influence. Tassie right now is the lead economy in the country, which even as I say it is nuts, but it's where we've taken it to. So I'm hoping that I can take some of that experience here, that we can learn more about Sunbury, that we can learn more about the golf industry. But let me be really clear that we also have a new day, and that now we turn a corner and we move forward collectively. Because everything we say about the club, everything people hear from us about the club, influences play desire and a desire to be a member of the club. I'm going to call our first speaker. We're really lucky to have him tonight. He's got a couple of functions to do, and there's a wee sideshow called the federal election that's dragging up a bit of time.